Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, April 18th. It is 6:20 right now. Market's going to open in about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, then we'll get started with our session for today. So let's see, we've got a few things here to update. Good. Other things right here. All right, everything is all set. I'm going to go ahead and send out the link for the members here in the premium, and then we'll get started with our session for this week. All right. All right, so as people make their way in, guys, I will go ahead and start marking up the liquidity real quick. Looks like there's a lot of liquidity on the bottom end. Looks like people are making one. So good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, Monday, April 18th. Happy Monday. Hopefully all you guys had a great weekend and a restful Easter. I'm going to finish marking up this liquidity real quick, and then I'll get started with our analysis shortly. So let's see, I got everything here good. Everything looks good for the most part. Let's see who's in here. Morning, Marlon. Morning, Miles. Morning, Maria. Morning, Peter. Morning, Kenny. Morning, David. Morning, Patrick. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Jess. Morning, everybody. Evening, Lisa, over there in Bali. Morning, Jessica. Morning, everybody. All right, guys. So it's 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and mark up the liquidity here on the clean chart as well. Shouldn't take too long. There's not really too much. Looks like volatility kind of died down a bit. I was looking over at the 10-minute for all the V3s. They all hit TP again. I was going to take one last night pre-market, but I didn't want to, especially after a holiday weekend like this, because you're probably going to see a lot of volatility off open. So I'll keep an eye on the 10-minute, because if I see anything on there, I will mark it up. I'll probably even take it if a V3 does come up on there, because V3 does hit pretty often on the 10. I haven't lost a V3 on there yet. You just got to keep in mind the news and certain things in the market that will cause it to move a bit erratic. But other than that, I think it looks like we're good for the most part. There's a clean chart. Morning, Sisu. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Matt. Morning, everybody. Welcome back, guys. All right, so let's see. For the most part, everything looks good. Let me check if there's any news this morning before we start. So today, Monday, we have news at 7, which is NAHB Housing Market Index. And that's about it. So I think it's a holiday still in certain countries. Italian bank holiday, German bank holiday, French bank holiday, and also in the UK. So the market might be a little slow today with it's still technically being a bank holiday. I will mark up at 7 o'clock for the news this morning, right there. Color that red. And I think that's pretty much it for the most part here. All right, market's gonna open in about 4 minutes. So morning, Barack, morning, Dell, morning, Professor, morning, Journey, morning, Al, morning, everybody. I think that's about it for the most part, guys. Morning, Maddie. All right, so let's start looking over at the bias for today. So looking over at the bias, currently retail sentiment is 51% short. It's not very strong, so it's not going to be too useful for us today. Looking over here at the futures data, it's 21 points in the red, so it's not going to be too useful for us today. For the most part, we're probably going to have to go off fundamentals, or not the fundamentals, technicals, like we have been, the past couple of weeks, just due to the fact that, just obvious reasons that there's no specific bias here. There's no bias for retail sentiment, no real bias for technicals, which is unfortunate, but we'll just have to work with what we got at the moment. So market's going to open in about 3 minutes. We currently have a bullish momentum signal right here. So in order for us to take a buy here for the breakout, we need a strong bullish candle. Let's see, other than that, I don't see anything else here. Price is right at the sessions though, so you want to be a bit careful. You can see this right here. It's currently at the New York sessions from the New York low from Friday. So you guys want to be a bit careful with that. Morning, Randy. All right, looks good. So market's gonna open in about 3 minutes. Morning, Ray. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Open up CNBC real quick. Looking over here at the futures, all of the futures are red at the moment. The Dow is down 22 points, S&P is down 8 points, Nasdaq's down 34 points, oil's up 1.3 points, and the 10-year bond is up 2.8%. So overall, the indices are down, but they're not down that heavy. They're only down less than 100 points. So this can easily just shift right back up on open. Looking over here at the war in Ukraine, see if there's any updates. Ukraine's major western city of Lviv hit by missiles. Mariupol resistance holds out despite heavy losses. So the war isn't getting any better, guys. They keep talking about their peace talks, but obviously there's no peace talks going on here. The war just keeps getting worse and worse. So we're just going to have to keep following that as things progress. However, nothing's really changed very much. The war is still going on, still as dangerous as it's always been. Other than that, there's not really much else here to look at. So market is going to open in about 50 seconds, guys. So we'll keep looking at this here. As I mentioned earlier, our bias here is still going to be, well, there's no real bias, overall bias, but the momentum is bullish. So in order for us to take this breakout, we're either going to look for a strong green candle to take a buy, or we're going to be looking for a red sell signal with a strong red candle. However, right now it's right at the session. So regardless as to whatever we get, this is going to be a bit of a risky entry to take. So for example, here, if this closes with a strong red candle, or not a strong red candle, if this closes with a sell signal, we will be looking for a strong red candle to follow in order for us to take the breakout. However, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that it's right at the sessions down here, and it's right at the sessions up here. So this is going to be, very risky to be taking an entry here unless it ends up staking below here. So market is now open, guys. We'll see where this does close. We're looking for a strong, or we're still looking for a strong green candle because this thing closed with the red signal. But we'll see where it goes from here. Actually, we did get the sell signal right there. So we're looking for a strong red candle here, guys. We're either looking for a strong red candle, or it's going to have to be a reversal to the upside with a strong green candle with a buy signal. There's no buy signal here, so there's no entry here. There's technically one that's pending right here, but huge wick on the top end right here. Let's see. So there's still a really big wick on top right here. And you guys want to be careful if you guys do decide to take this trade, because since this candle is so huge, there's probably going to be a bit of a retracement. So I'll put this will be the breakout. However, I'm not going to take it, guys. I might take it for a partial move within, but I'm not going to take the entire breakout because this is a very risky entry to take since this candle is so huge here. All right, so this is the breakout right here. But as I mentioned, I'm not going to hop into it because it's too big of a candle. I might take some speculative buys within it to catch it as it continues to push up. However, I do find it to be very risky because it's way too big of a candle here. So let's see if I could maybe catch a little bit of a push here. And I did catch it for a little bit. I just took it for 100 pips right there, guys. I don't know if you guys could see what I was doing here, but the reason why I didn't take it for a full move is because also it's hitting sessions right here. So you can see where price bounced right off the sessions. I just caught it for a quick 100 pips. As I mentioned, I was going to take a small little speculative push, and there goes the breakout right there, full TP. This isn't going to count as an official breakout because, as I mentioned, I did say it was going to be very risky. But I did tell you guys I was going to take a speculative trade within it. I was going to take little pushes, which I did. So I made 1,000 off that right there. Just one quick push. I took it around the middle over here as price pushed back up. As price pulled back a little bit and pushed up, I took it for a little 100 pips. But as I mentioned, it was a very, very risky trade to take there. It was just way too fast. Nice. So looks like some of you guys here did take it. Steven said goal reach. Congrats, Steven. He reached his profit goal for the day. He locked in this 1,000. So I'll be back tomorrow. Nice work, Steven. And I know you were asking for this too, Steven. So you're going to get these. Crap, never mind. we'll do it. We'll do it another day. I know you're asking for, all right, let me see if I can pull it up. There you go, Steven, with your horns. I know Steven loves those horns there. Let's see. Steven said that he took it for 100 pips, made 300 on one account, 23 on another. There's just a lot of, there's going to be slippage here, guys. Obviously, just keep that in mind. There's always going to be slippage here because of how fast it's moving. This is why you got to be very careful. That's why for me specifically, I was waiting for it to pull back a little bit, which I did. I waited for it to open right here. As it pulled into the red a little bit, I entered for 100 pips. Because if you enter it while it's pushing up, you're gonna run into slippage because the split second between you entering the trade, like say you enter, let me just show you this right here. Like say you enter right here and price is just spiking up, right? Your entry is technically going to be up here. Like say you hit buy right here, but your entry is really going to be up here because the price is already up to this point. So you would have lost this whole area of profit right here. For my account, I only locked in 890. So I did hit some slippage too. I probably entered so say I entered right here, right? My entry was technically maybe like right above it a little bit, like right there. So that's why it's kind of hard to enter trades when price is moving so fast. But there you go with the breakout. This is not going to count as an official trade, as I mentioned, guys, but I will send my profits and I will send in a screenshot just so that you guys know to pull out of this trade, because I know a lot of you guys don't pull out until you see the confirmation here that the trade's done. So I'm going to go and just put this right here. And the breakout's been crazy for the past couple of weeks now. It's been, it's just been straight on fire, straight to TP. So let me take a screenshot of my profits real quick before we continue on. I don't know if all my accounts hit profit like that, like it did off my main account, but we'll see here. All right. So our bias here is obviously going to be bullish. Let me see my copier. Copier locked at 990. So a little more slippage in my direction for my FTMO copier. Let me see my MFF. MFF locking 880. So this one kind of got the short end of the stick as well as my main account. So I can't complain. Still made a lot of profit off that quick push. I didn't think it was going to hit profit that quickly. My MFF copier locked in even less. So more slippage on this account. It just moved too fast. And then my other account, TFF, actually, the slippage worked in my favor here. It looks like it was really late with the exit. I locked in 1,200 off this account. Okay, so let me put this over here in the group real quick. All right, here we go. So here are my profits right here. You guys can see this is my main account. You can see the green strip here. I let it hit TP. I made 890 off that. Here's my FTMO copier, made 990 off this. Here's my MFF right here. I made 880 off this. My second MFF copier over here, locking a total of 780 right here. You can see MT4 is having some issues. It's disconnecting and reconnecting. This is my MFF copier, made 780. You can see all of my profits here are totally different because of the slippage. My fifth account over here, I locked in a total of 1,200. So this one had slippage worked in my favor. I made actually more than I was supposed to. I was supposed to make 1,000 off this trade, but you know, you can see the big difference here between all the accounts. So I mean, great work to whoever locked in profits. If you guys want to send in profits, feel free. Otherwise, we will continue on with this session. We'll start looking for some more trades here. So going to send this in over here. I'll take a quick scan of the charts real quick, see if I can find anything for us to take. If I don't see anything, then we will continue on with our analysis for this morning. So let me just put this over here. One last place here. All right, so back to the charts. Let me clean this up. There's nothing else over here for us to look at on the 1 minute. Let me clean up the clean chart over here. Oh, wow. So on Friday, so you guys can see there's liquidity up here that I didn't take off on Friday. Price actually came up and hit the liquidity that was pending. So as I mentioned before, this liquidity it's important, right? It's not irrelevant. Like this liquidity here was still sitting from Friday, and it actually came up and hit it. So this kind of explains why it shot right through it, because it hit liquidity from last week and it just blasted right through it. So just keep that in mind, guys. Whenever you guys have liquidity that hasn't been hit from last week, odds are it's probably going to get hit eventually at some point. We just don't know when it'll hit, but it'll eventually hit at some point. So it's pretty crazy that it actually pushed up and hit the liquidity from Friday. It's been a whole week since then. Other than that, let me go over here real quick, clean this up. Check the 3 minute, there's nothing here. 5 minute, there's nothing here. The 10 minute, as you can see right here, there was another 3 minute or a 10 minute V3, full TP again right there. So these, I should have just taken this one. I saw this pre-market and I didn't mark it up. But as you can see right here, it played out perfectly. Actually, no, this isn't a V3, sorry. The low here was a green. So this is not a V3, but the other V3s here, there was one right here. This hit full TP, this hit full TP, and this hit full TP, 3 back to back. I was going to take this one last night. Or was it this one right here? Full TP right there too. But I didn't take it because it was Sunday. I don't like taking trades on Sunday. So other than that, there's nothing else here. The 1 minute is still pushing around right there. Let me go ahead and take a look at everyone else's profits. Let me scroll up real quick. Lisa over here with 1,249 for the day. Great work, Lisa. We have Matthew over here locked in a total of 1,383 off the breakout. Great work, Matthew. R over here locked in a total of 5,510. Looks like R held it on to full TP. Rick over here locked in about 4,178. Looks like Rick tried to ride it to full TP, but then he ended up just moving stop loss in profit higher and higher. So great work right there, Rick. Barack over here locked in the total 1,143. So as you guys can see, I'm not the only one that took profit off that breakout. A lot of people here actually took the trade. Even though I did say it was going to be risky, a lot of people here still took it and locked in heavy profits. Lily here as well, locked in a total of 528. Nice work, Lily. Nick over here locked in a total of 577. Great work, Nick. Yeah, total of 595 actually, minus the fees. So great work. That's Nick's funded account, looks like. So great work right there. Other than that, let's see. Andreas over here as well, locked in a total of 864. Nice work, Andreas. Orain over here locked in 152. Great work, Orain. And then we got Patrick over here, 1,500. So a lot of you guys did take partial moves like me. Some of you guys did take the full move. Dell here locked in 223. Great work, Dell. Looks like he double dipped into that entry. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Charles over here locked in a total of 358. Took a sell right there as it swung back down. Nice work, Charles. Steven over here locked in a total of 1,055. So Steven, if you guys can see here, Steven's been killing it. Steven every day locked in 1,055 today. He locked in 1,140 Friday, locked in 1,075 Thursday, locked in 1,517 on Wednesday. Man, Steven's killing it. Keep it up, Steven. All you need, man, 1,000 a day. You quit your job. I think you'll be good. So I think that's it for right now. I'm going to go ahead and mark up the high right there. Pending low right here. As you guys can see, price is now ranging within this area right here. We'll just have to follow it, see where price ends up going. All right, there. Low right there. There's nothing really going on at the moment. So price is now going sideways. Nothing off the 3-minute. I wouldn't take that. I know some people are probably looking at this as a V3 or something like that, but if the candle is really small like that and you have to zoom in super close to see, I just skip it, guys. There's no point in like trying to decipher and hope that you can find an entry off something like that. So for me specifically, I'm not looking at that as an entry. We do have a possible pending sell here off the 10-minute. If this closes as a strong, or not strong, but as a red candle. However, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that that this is going to, it's going to be right at the sessions right here. So if this closes as a strong red, well, not strong red candle, if it just closes as a red candle in the next 7 minutes, this will actually be a double body. So just keep that in mind. If I do see that, I'll probably take it. Off the 10-minute. So same with the 5 here. If this closes, this would technically be a V3. You need to close as a red candle though. And it's also going to be a double body. So you can see right there, a double body. If it closes, I'll come back to that in about 2 minutes. Nothing here off the 1, nothing here off the 3. One thing that I would have to confirm though is going to be the bias. So let me go and check the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are currently up 138 points, 128 points. Stock index right here, of course, can be mostly green. It's only very green because of the big push on the open. So as you can see right here, it's very green. Looking over here at the heat map index. No, thanks CT for sending us this because this does help a bit to see which one, which ones here with the higher market cap are actually very strong. Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 55% short right now. It's not loading now. There we go. All right. So as you guys can see right here, so majority of the stocks, I mean, there's a lot of green stocks there, but majority of the big stocks are actually red. So this might come right back down. Going back over here to the 5-minute, doesn't look like it's going to close with that double body, so it's fine. If it doesn't close, we just got to wait for it to maybe close off this one. So we'll wait, but it's just a matter of patience, guys. You guys just got to wait for these perfect entries to come up. This thing might just come right back down in the next 5 minutes. Who knows? But anyways, let me scroll down real quick and see what else I'm missing. Nice, 19. Yeah, 19 said, love the breakout. Morning, everybody. Hopefully everyone had a great day. Yeah, definitely. Nick said, pull out reg. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Nick said MC4 is starting to disconnect, probably because of the crazy moves so far. Lisa said, took it for 100 points, 1,000 pips on my personal account. Happy Monday. Done for the day, guys. Good luck with the trades. Thanks, Lisa. Back here on the 5, nothing off the 5, nothing off the 10. Back on the 1 over here, this got pushed up a little higher. Price is just, it's still in range, just getting pushed higher, right? So the range is just getting pushed out a little bit more, but it's still going sideways right there. Keep watching this to see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Gotcha, Maddie. Yeah, man, I was talking about the news on Friday. John's asking on the 10-minute V3, do we care about the penny momentum? Yes, we do, John. That's still going to be one of the requirements. Kip said lots of liquidity still to the upside and not many strong prior supply zones until another 100 pips. Unless sellers create a new supply, could keep it running. Yeah, no, and I agree too, Kip. That's why I'm being a bit careful and waiting for this to actually confirm. I think confirming it on the 10 and the 5, like for a V3 here, is going to be key, because that's going to really I feel like this would be the deciding factor, you know, and it actually does come down. Technically, possible of V3 right here off the 5. I would not take the 5 though yet. If it lines up with the 10, then yes, I would take it, but I wouldn't take it if it's just the 5. So I need some other confluence here. The reason for that is because everything is pointing towards a buy still. The fundamentals here are still very bullish, and the retail sentiment is 55% short. So everything here is technically pointing towards a buy. So I'm not really looking for any sells just yet, unless I find something on the 10, which can indicate, you know, a short-term little push to the bottom. But right now, I don't see any sells really. I don't see anything really indicating that I should look for sells yet. So if this 5 here closes, which I don't think it will, but if it does close, you know, for example, a V3, I'm not going to take this entry here off the 5. I would go more so with the 10 here if I do get something off this, because what might happen is this will close for a 5 here, and then yes, sure, maybe it'll hit TP real quick. Let me just see how far would it be. I don't even know if this is even enough space for it to really. Yeah, this would still be too small. It's only like 300 pips. We were looking for about like 50 points. So even if this was to close here, it wouldn't be enough space for the stop loss to really breathe. So if this closes here, I'll probably not take it. You know, we're basically just looking for and anticipating some movement here, but price is really just ranging right now. It's ranging before it chooses its direction. Rick said back to open. Thanks, Rick. I didn't even put up the opening price here. Let me go real quick. And so open was like, dude, open was so down. It was so far, Rick. It's way down here. So I don't think it's going to come down yet, but it's a really big push to the downside. Yeah, that's a really big push back to open, because price is way up here. So if price was to push back down, it's about 2,000 pips. It's a really big push. Eventually, yeah, maybe it'll hit, but I don't think it'll happen right now. So that 5 minute right there didn't close, obviously. As I mentioned, I didn't think it was going to close. It was just an idea. So that's why I wouldn't have taken it. But even if it did close, it still would be too small. Let me see, quick check over here real quick. Kenny just sent me something. Watch Biden Harris host the 22. Is this right now? Kenny said, watch Biden Harris host the 2022 White House Easter egg roll. It actually is happening right now. It's streaming right now at 6. Thanks, Kenny. I mean, it's pretty irrelevant. They're not really talking about anything, but it's still funny to see this. So thanks, Kenny, for sending it over. So they're doing their Easter egg hunt today on Monday. Anyways, back to the charts. Nothing here on the 5, nothing here on the 3, nothing on the 10, nothing on the 1. Price just keeps pushing up higher and higher, but there's no entries here to take at the moment. We have a bullish momentum here. So even if we get a V3 for a buy or any type of the variations, we wouldn't have an entry because we need a pending bullish signal. So other than that, yeah, I agree with you too, Maddie. Yeah, no, exactly. Rick said this push was just a liquidity grab, which I agree to. Rick said Biden loves his little kids. News in 10 minutes. Yeah. News at 7 o'clock, guys. So it's 6:50 right now. News is going to come up at 7 o'clock in about 10 minutes. Kenny said Biden is a day late and a dollar short, right? 100%, Kenny. Some more profits here. Dell, his profits were total of 363 for the day. Nice work, Dell. Dell locking some nice profits on both of his accounts. 223 here, and then 356 here. Marlon over here. Nice work, Marlon. Marlon locked in a total new account right here, locked in a total of 390 off the breakout. So great work right there. She let her trade hit TP2. So this is something that I like to see, guys. Like I want to keep reminding you guys, like the more and more you trust your trade, like Marlon here shot for like 100 pips. She let it run full TP, no problem, no stress, just, you know, full TP right there. So great work right there, Marlon, off this account. She locked in a total of 1,390. And then her second account over here, she let both of these hit full TP as well. She hit full TP, no stress, just let them run, locked in a total of 101 off her personal account right here. So nice work, Marlon. You guys are all doing pretty good. Here's the other account over here. Let's see. Deswell over here locked in a total of 4,250. Great work, Deswell. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. Yeah, Deswell over here, 4,250 for the day. So great work, guys. You guys are doing pretty solid so far. Other than that, not really much else happening here on the 1. Nothing happening on the 3. So guys, here's a reminder for the 3-minute. I do find this to be one of the riskier time frames. The problem with the 3 is that it's a mix between the 5-minute and the 1-minute. Sometimes you'll get entries here that'll fake out and it'll hit your stop loss before it hits. But like if you're trading on the 1-minute, this will probably hit if you have this running opposite of the 5, because this will hit TP first and then this one will hit TP right after. Same with like applying it to the 5 and the 10-minute, right? So again, right here, guys, possible entry off a V3. We'll see where it goes from here. This is going to be a bit risky. If this does close here, I probably won't take it for the full move. The reason for that is because there's the sessions right here, and I don't want to get caught in price hitting the sessions, right? This price can easily just bounce off it. So I'm not going to be taking the full move here if and when I do take it. However, I may take it for a partial move. Just keep that in mind. I might just take it for 100 pips, like for a small little push right there. Same with this on the 5-minute. As you can see, there's a nice 5-minute entry here, but it's going to be right at the sessions. So, or I might not even enter it at all. If it gets too close, I'm just not going to enter it at all. It's too risky. So there was a V1 right here, actually, off that high. It's a double wick rejection that someone could have taken. I didn't take it myself. You know, specific reasons why I'm not taking a sell just yet, because there's no confirmation of the drop actually coming. One problem with this as well is that price is going to, I mean, it looks like it's going to bounce right off the sessions right here. So it's right at the sessions right there. I'd be surprised if it swings right back up at the last second. It does that a lot. So just be careful, guys. If you guys are taking this trade or thinking about taking it, I think this is going to be a very risky trade to be entering because it's literally right at the sessions. This is going to be a huge move on the, and you can see it's coming right back up, right? So it wicked right back above. It did exactly what I just said, right? So I said, I wouldn't be surprised if at the last second, it'll swing right back up. And that's exactly what it did. Price came below the sessions right at the last second. It swung all the way back up. So this is a dangerous area to be trading at the sessions. If it was above the sessions, then great, but it's not. So I'd be careful. Here on the 5-minute as well, it's right at the sessions too. So I'm definitely not looking to take it. I'll watch it. Maybe I'll take it for a small, like little speculative push, or if I ever get a confirmation that price can keep dropping. But right here, you can see price is rejecting right off the sessions off the 5. So I'm definitely not taking this trade here. Yeah, I'll keep it marked up, guys, but I don't recommend anyone take this trade. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take it at your own risk. But I'm 100% not taking the trade right here. I might take it for a little bit later, but at the moment, I'm not looking to take it just yet because it's still at the sessions right here. So this 10-minute here, this is what I'm kind of looking for to close at. I'm looking for it to close below here. If it does close below, then what I might do is I might catch it for a small little push, like maybe once it gets down to halfway mark or down close to the pivots, then maybe I'll catch it for like 100 pips right there, right? It's just not a safe place to be trading because of the sessions here. You can see the 10-minute still hasn't closed below it, and it still has 4 minutes left on it. So take it at your own risk, guys, but I'm going to be waiting for another point of entry here. Let's see. And we got news coming up in 5 minutes. So it's another red flag right there. So I'm going to wait because price might just come right back up. This might be a fake out. Price might just swing all the way back up. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. It's a normal setup here. Let me go over here and check real quick. The fundamentals. Fundamentals are currently, see, across the board, the Dow is currently up 54 points. S&P is down 2 points. And NASDAQ is currently down 70 points. So yeah, for CNBC over here, everything is pretty much, I mean, it's kind of mixed. Looking over here at the actual fundamentals, currently down 50 points or up 50 points, it's moving its way back down. Retail sentiment is currently 55% short. Let me check the heat map right here real quick, see if the heat map is still pretty red. Looks like it might be. No, it's actually turning green right here. A couple of stocks here that are, I think this is going to be a temporary drop, guys. So I don't think this drop is going to be super heavy because you can see right here, a lot of stocks that were red, they're now turning green. So this was all red earlier. Once Apple turns green, Microsoft turns green, it's only down like 0.34%. Microsoft's down 0.14%. Once it starts to turn green, it's going to swing right back up. So my overall bias here is still going to be a buy. Let's go over here real quick. Yeah, here's the daily for the 3 minute. But again, I'm not looking to enter this trade yet. I think the sells here is still very risky, in my opinion. If you're here on the 5 minute, I would move your stop loss in profit just to guarantee profits. Go ahead and hold on to it if you'd like to, but I would still move your stop loss in profit just to guarantee it in case price does swing back up. The 10 minute over here. Let's see how this ends up closing. I mean, this is going to close here for sure. It's just, I don't think this is going to be a really smooth move. Where's opening price right here? Actually, it might hit opening price, just like what Rick is looking for here. Because opening price is down here. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if price comes down and hits opening price and then comes right back up. I think overall the price can swing back up. So, but it still has some room to go to push lower. So there we go off the 5. There goes the 10. 3 minute right here, still running below. If I catch maybe partial sells here, if I see anything drop lower. I'm really looking for this 10 minutes to close. If this closes in the next minute or so, then maybe I'll take it for a partial close, or maybe I'll even take it right now before we hit news, because news is coming up in about a minute. So maybe I'll take this for a quick little push into that. Nice. I caught it for a quick little 100 pip push there. I wanted to catch right before news because news is coming up at 7. Now I'm going to be done for right now. I'm still, I just pulled out real quick. So I got 100, got 1,000 off that. Nice. My main account locked in 1,110. I don't recommend anyone enter any more trades here, guys. I do think price will push down a little lower. However, I don't think it's going to push past the open price right here, because the TP for this 10 minutes is going to be way down there. It might push like later, but I don't think it's going to push like right now, literally, because it's got a long way to go. Nice. Rick said I'm out, made another 2K. Nice work, Rick. Yeah, I know, Maddie. It was tempting and I entered, but thank God I entered like at the proper time, because I would have gotten burnt right here as price swung back up. Price still coming down right here, Barack. So if you're still holding on to it, I think you should be fine, and probably will hit your TP then swing back up, because it is pushing right back down. All right, so here is the 10-minute V3. I do think this will probably hit TP, then it'll swing back up. I think eventually it's going to swing back up. But here's the 10-minute V3. Unfortunately, we have news right now, so I can't enter it. I would have entered it again, but I can't. Well, I could, but I'm not going to, because there's news. But here's the 10-minute V3. I'll keep this in mind. One thing that you want to keep in mind is that there's a ton of sessions right here. Sessions and opening price. The 5-minute over here hit full TP. So if you guys took that and held on to it, great work, full TP. I'm not going to count it as a trade, obviously, because I told you guys not to take it. It was risky, but it did hit full TP. So you guys can see the strategy still worked perfectly fine. It's the matter of risk, right? The daily over here for the 3-minute hit full TV too. So Matthew, I don't know if you caught that. I know you're the one that mentioned it earlier, the daily V3. So I'll put the strategy here for the daily V3. Not daily V3, daily 3 minutes. Sorry, I was calling it a daily V3. This is the one that Matthew was referring to. He didn't take it. Unfortunately, it's okay, because this is risky here, guys. Like, these sells here are very risky because everything's still pointing towards a possible swing to the upside. Let me refresh this again. Yeah, I would be careful because Apple is starting, Apple and Microsoft are starting to swing back up. So these were red here. Well, I mean, they're still red, but they're starting to push back to the upside. And you can see price right here starting to swing all the way back up. So just be careful, guys. Be smart about your decisions here with what trades you guys decide to take. You got to keep in mind that we're coming back from a long weekend and it is Monday. So today in general is just going to be a risky day altogether. Other than that, see if there's anything else here for us to look at. Retail sentiment is currently 54% short, still around the same point. So yeah, tricky market right now, guys. Just, understand that, right? I just want to make sure that you guys are still being smart about your moves here. Don't FOMO into trades. Only enter trades if you guys do see some opportunities to enter into. So the 10-minute here, we have a lot of space here. There's a lot of gap here. So I do think price will kind of bounce around this point. If you guys are in this 10-minute, I would move your stop loss in profit. News just happened right here at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to mark up news. And we'll keep that in mind because that's going to be one of our, and you can see right here where price rejected off. It was news price, right? So news happened right here at 7 o'clock. Price dropped, price shot back up, rejected right off the news, and it came right back down. So just keep that in mind. There's always going to be other factors in the market to look out for. One of the big things is news sessions and opening price. A couple of the more important things to look out for. Anything else here? Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. My trading view is fine, though. It might just be, you might have to refresh your trading view. It might be your internet connection that's having issues with it. That's happened with me before. Yeah, no, exactly. Matthew said no need for unnecessary risks. I already have a W today. And 19 is asking what's the 3-minute strat. It's just a daily on the 3-minute. So it's the same thing as a daily for the 10-minute. It's just applied on the 3-minute here. TP is going to be 500 pips. So on the 10-minute, it's 1,500 pips. On the 3-minute, it's only 500. So that's the 3-minute daily. It's not an actual, it's not an official strategy for us. I haven't tested it enough to really confirm it yet, whether it's, very accurate or not, but it's one that a lot of people do use. So that's one of the 3 minutes that people do use in some instances. So let me just post a screenshot of my profits real quick, and then we'll keep moving with our analysis for this morning. So this is my little speculative move. Not gonna lie, this was a bit of a FOMO move too, but I did anticipate it to, kind of drop a little bit. Sometimes you just have to go with your gut, guys. I mean, I always tell you guys to have some sort of strategy in mind. If you guys do think price is going to come down, like for example, the 10-minute was running, that's why I did enter the trade, because I already had a strategy that was currently running in that direction. But don't just enter just because, right? You have to actually wait for something to confirm. Like there needs to be some sort of strategy that is active and you're just running you're running in line with it. So got that right there. Yeah, it looks like all my accounts did pretty all right off that. That trade right there. You know, one thing that a lot of people started to realize too is to not be greedy, because I know a lot of people would not set a TP and they would let it run for too long, and then it ends up going past, and then it pulls it back and they just end up losing. I think a lot of people who have just been using 100 pips to just, you know, scalp quick moves here and there, especially these speculative trades, they've been able to lock in some pretty consistent profits. So if that's your issue, guys, you know, maybe that might be the change that you guys need. Just go for the smaller moves, but have like actual entries that are running for it. All right, so here goes. Price drops a bit lower to the opening price. There goes our 10 minutes, still currently running at the moment. Nice. Rick just passed his challenge. We got another member here in K2, another past challenge. Great work, Rick. Here are my trades right here so far, guys. So here's my main account. I locked in a total of 1,931. You can see this is the trade that I took earlier, that sell. Both of my trades here hit full TP, total of about 2,000 off that account. Here's my FTMO copier. It's kind of funny because the slippage worked in my favor on this one earlier, so it kind of just balanced out. Wait, I don't understand. That's kind of weird. I don't understand why are my profits. Am I tripping? There's no way. Is MT4 math wrong? Because you guys can see right here, I actually made more. Oh no, okay. So slippage didn't work in my favor on this one right here, on the sell. So my copier over here, my main account, slippage worked in my favor because I was only supposed to make 1,000. I made 1,100. On my copier, I only made 1,010. I was like tripping. I was like, why is the profit the same, but this one's supposed to be more? I missed to see this this one here. So I made 1,000 off this one too, off my copier. I'm at the same profit, 1,931. My MFF over here, I made 1,900 total. My other MFF copier locked in a total of 1,800. And then my fifth account over here locked in 2,300. Looks like slippage worked in my favor both ways for this account. So solid. Quick partial scalp off the active 10-minute V3. So yeah, not bad. Not bad for a Monday. I mean, these past 2 weeks have been pretty solid. Hopefully a lot of you guys are locking in a lot of profits just as everyone else is. But yeah, these past 2 weeks have been, I mean, they've been pretty good fire so far. I'll send you guys I'll even send you guys right now. I know a lot of you guys like seeing this. I'll show you guys a little bit. Just give me 1 second. Anyways, going back to the charts over here, there's nothing off the 10 that, I mean, this 10 is currently running. So nothing else aside from that. The 5-minute, there's nothing running right now. Price is right at the session, so I wouldn't recommend taking any trades around this point. It's too risky. You can see the 10-minute here is having trouble breaking past and closing past these sessions over here. 3-minute, nothing here. It's the same situation. Price is at the sessions on all time frames, so there's nothing here for us to really consider because it's just too risky to take any entries right here. Price might hit Rick's, you know, back to open right there, and then it might just bounce right off it. 10-minute right here is still running. How far is it from the open? Nah, I was tempted to take another 100 pips right there, but it's too close. There you go, hit the open right there. So there you go with Rick's back to open strategy. So literally this push right here, and it came right back down. It's literally back at opening price. So it's like this whole area over here never happened. So here's like, this is what I always try to remind you guys, like this is where price opened from, right? This blue line. It's like this whole move over here, like never even happened. Because if you just ignore this, price kind of pushed up initially. That's where our breakout happened. Then price comes back down and it's right back to where it started. So it's literally right back to where it started. This is all like just a breakout move. And then price, it's like, if you just ignore this, and this was like, if this was all blacked out, you would see that at this point right here, there is This is where market opened at 6:30. Price is right back at where market opened. Yeah, and Solange said, and it's been doing this for years. That's crazy. Yeah, I know exactly. It always comes back to open. That's why I always mark up the opening price. 19 said, when and how do we know when to take the back to open? I don't know. That's something you got to ask Rick. Rick's the lucky charm here. There's really no, I mean, there's a way to identify it, but there's no way to know for sure. Because the thing is, the only way that you would really know if the back to open is going to happen, like for sure, is if the fundamentals are pushing that direction, right? The fundamentals here are bullish. So it's hard to tell. Like one thing that I would use would be the sentiment, right? So like, say, for example, if sentiment here was like 60% long and price did push up right here, then I know for sure it's going to come back down, right? Because that was a manipulated push, because it's going to go the opposite way. There just isn't there's no real way to identify when it's exactly going to come down, right? There's just no way. Like it happens a lot, but it doesn't mean it's always going to happen. So, and yeah, exactly. So what Solange said here too, you can tell when it's overextended. So for example, here, remember when price was pushing up, like these candles here were so big. I was telling you guys, okay, don't chase these buys here because price is going to come back down. Whenever you see these big pushes, something like this, it ends up having to correct back down, right? It's harder to see here on the 1 minute, but if you look on the higher time frames, like say the 10-minute and 15-minute, like right here, see how this candle is overextended? That's how you know it's going to come back down, because it's going to have to come back and fill this. It's basically like a huge gap, right? It just gapped up for no reason. And then it comes back down to come back to where it was originally. So there's no, I mean, there's probably a way to identify it. I just haven't really looked at it. But this is like one of the biggest ways to just look for a huge candle. Because if you ever see a huge candle, like for example, right here, right? A huge red candle, what happens? Price comes right back up to where it was. Same with this over here, right? Huge green candles over here. Price comes right back down to where it was prior, and then it ranges. So that's one way to do it. But I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do it. There's no like one way to just identify it. So just keep that in mind, guys. Maybe this is something I'll develop in the future. Maybe I'll create a new indicator to identify these back to opens. Maybe I could have some sort of algorithm developed where we count specific candles. If the candle goes too big in comparison to all the other candles, we can just catch it on its way back down, right? And that's something I can create in the future. I'm always looking for new ways to make money, guys. I'm always looking, like there's always profit on my mind. So at some point, I'll create something. Just right now, I think we're good at where we're at. I don't think we need to add anything onto it just yet, because we can identify these back to opens, like just by looking at it. But eventually, I'm always looking for ways to make money, guys. I'm never going to stop. I'm looking for new strategies all the time. All the old strategies still work perfectly fine, but if I find something better or something that we can use on top of what we're already using, it'll come out eventually. I mean, if you guys have been part of K2 for like the past couple of years now, I mean, I've been doing this for like 5-6 years now. Every year we come out with something that makes us even more profit. I can show you guys. What was I going to show you guys so far? Oh, never mind. I was going to show you the copier stuff here, but I forgot the week just started over. So I'll show you guys my profits like towards the end of the week. Right now, you guys already know how much I'm up because I posted my profits here. So you guys have seen it. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else here for us to look at. There's nothing here off the one. The 10-minute over here, as I mentioned, I told you it was going to be risky because it's right at the sessions. It might come down. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back down, hits TP, and then swings back up. But as I mentioned, I was telling you guys, price is probably going to come back up at some point, because looking over here at the heat map, let's refresh it one more time. Let me scroll down a little bit. All right, so looking at the heat map right here, I was telling you guys that Microsoft was probably going to turn green, right? Man, this thing's hard to like navigate through. I can't scroll. CT here? He's not. Okay, CT's probably sleeping still. But I was going to ask CT if there's an easier way to like to look at this, because this heat map's hard to like scroll through. I got to like be in a perfect, there we go. Okay, guys, so you guys can see right here, prices or a lot of things here are starting to change. Microsoft is going to turn green soon. It looks like it is now green. A couple other things here are starting to change too, but we'll keep looking at it, and then we'll see where it goes from here. But there's nothing here off the 5-minute. You guys can see price came down, bounced off the sessions over. Well, it didn't really bounce off, but it faked out. It closed below and then it shot right back up. 3-minute over here. I mean, there's technically a V3 off the 3-minute right here, but it's going to cut into the session. So I would be careful. I mean, I'm not going to take it. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm not going to take this trade here. The reason I'm not taking this trade here is because there's so many conflicting entries, right? We have the 10-minute here that's still technically running. This is going to be one of the main ones that I'm following. I'm going to be following the 10-minute because this is one that I would actually want to take. Also, there's a daily entry right there that's currently running. This is even riskier because it has to come down and touch the rest of the sessions down here. So overall, this might play out. Who knows? I'll come back and check the 10-minute a little later. Nothing here off the 5. This V3 running off the 3-minute, but I do find it to be risky because there is a sessions right above here. The 1-minute over here, it's not really doing much. As you guys can see, price is now just ranging. And price broke right there. One thing that you do want to be careful for is the news price right here. So even though price is pushing up, price may push up and it may bounce off the news price right there. Let's see if there's anything else here for us to look at. Yeah, Maddie says bouncing off the 5-minute and 15-minute demand right now too. Gotcha, Maddie. Keep looking for that too. So you think it's going to come down, Maddie? What do you think? I keep getting mixed up. Like demand is on top, right? Oh, demand's on the bottom. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because I don't trade supply and demand, so I always get mixed up where supply and demand is. Okay, so it's on the bottom. Gotcha. So you think it's going to push up? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, Maddie thinks it'll go to news price or sessions, which, yeah, I could see that happening too. News price is right here. Yeah, no, I can see a push up to news price. It's really risky though, because price is kind of just going sideways. So Solange said FY 15 and buy snipe. Gotcha. Let me check that real quick. So Solange's talking about here. I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to mark this up over here, the daily off the clean chart. It's just easier to see. So I don't have to have these overlapping with the with this one over here. Yeah, Solange said there's a 15-minute. Oh, I see. Yep, Solange's right. There's a buy snipe right there running off the I don't even know how many pips this would run for because it's such a big I don't trade on the 15. Yeah, it's technically a buy snipe running right there. It's gonna be right at news price. Tempted to take it for like another 100 pips or so. Dude, my MC4 sucks, man. I try to click on him every time I try to click on my DOM. If I'm not on MC4, it doesn't execute. I was trying to take a quick little move. I was going to take like 100 pips right here, but as I clicked on it, it didn't actually execute. I don't know why it does that on the MC4. So I'm trying to see if maybe I could catch, because I do think it's probably going to test news price. If I can get at least like 100 pips off that. Let's see. Probably would have to exit a little below though. See 3-minute confluence. Yeah, because the 3-minute is still running over here. However, the thing that I would be worried about is just the news price for pricing bounce off of. So I was trying to see if I could catch maybe at least 100 pips right here. I have to go for a smaller TP here a little bit. Those price pushes up. Volatility is starting to pick up a bit. Actually, it came up and hit it already. Take this off right here. Came up and hit it already. Yeah. See, they'll come back for a retest up there. Nice. Brock caught it for a quick little TP there. Nice work, Brock. See, it pushes up higher again right there. All right, I caught it for a quick move right there too, guys. So as it pushed up again right here, I did it manually though. I didn't let it hit TP. Because it's right at the news price. So the problem with it being at news price is that it'll just keep bouncing off it. So I did catch it for a little. It wasn't much. Oh, it's actually a lot. That's a slippage actually helped me out there. I thought I was gonna make 300 off it because I just opened and closed it real quick as it because when it pulled back right here, I entered it and then I was letting it push up. And at 300, it was like at 390. I closed it, but I looked at my profits. I actually locked in 990. So it actually pushed out pretty heavy. Nice. Solange said I'm out of the trade. Good luck, guys. So the reason why I took this trade here, guys, was because of the 3-minute running, right? I mentioned that for this right here, I wouldn't take it for the full move, but I would take it for some partial moves. So these trades here aren't really going to count because I'm not really telling you guys that these are full entries here. I'm just taking trades within the trade, right? Small scalps within it. And the reason why I don't really want to go against the 10 here is because price may count. This is what I might see happen. Price might come up to the sessions right here, and then it might just bounce off it. But the thing of the 1 minute here, I was being careful because you can see when price came up to the news price right here, it bounced right off it as well, right? So there's key areas to look for these bounces: news price and sessions and opening price, obviously. So as you guys can see below here, a bit lower, this right here is opening price, this blue line. Price bounced right off it. Same with this right here. Price came up to the news price, it bounced right off it. Oh, sorry, this is opening price. This pink line right here is news price. So price came up, bounced off it, and then now it's starting to push even higher. What might happen next is price might bounce off this point. So, you know, the analysis is just playing out perfectly. Just like Maddie said, it's playing out real nice, Maddie. So it's a good thing that you probably waited for this pullback. I entered like right here. So it's all good. I entered, made my profit real quick, and then pulled out. Rick said, I'm so bored right now, because Rick's waiting for his verification. So Rick can't take any more trades. He just got to sit on, he just watch on the sideline for now. Parag said, Sean, I'm thinking we'll buy into the next 15-minute candle. I'm not sure, asking for opinion. What are you referring to, Parag? Are you talking about you want to enter after this close right here? I don't know if I would enter after the close. Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to take this off right here. We're not in this position. I just want to make sure that none of you guys are in any of these positions that we have marked up here. Here's a 3-minute, just hit full TP. I'm not going to count the trade, but you guys can see the strategy still worked perfectly fine here. The entry that was taken off this was the V3. So the V3 right here, this is a strategy that was taken for this right here. So what I did earlier, I'll take a screenshot of my profits. I took a partial of this. That's pretty much what I took myself specifically. That's the reason why I took the buy on the 1 minute. I was basically basing my trade off the 1 minute here to hit the news price, but I was really trading within the 3 minute because we had a buy here running, and that's what I was actually trading off. So I'll take a screenshot of my profits real quick, and then we'll keep going with our analysis here. But we don't have any actual trades running right now, guys, so just keep that in mind. Oh, damn, that's why. Okay, so the reason why my trade didn't close earlier was because it already hit TP. I tried to close it at 390, but it shot right through and hit my TP. Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy how fast price, well, I mean, it's not that crazy because we did come back from holiday, but I do find it kind of trippy how price is moving super fast. Sometimes after holidays, price ends up moving like really slow, but today price has been super volatile. Okay, so check this out, guys. See where price bounced off of? Sessions, right? This is why I don't trade around the sessions. I mean, it wouldn't really matter to me because I'm doing stuff right now and I'm taking screenshots of my profits. But you know, this is a clear example why I tell you guys not to trade around sessions. Bounce right off it. So hopefully you guys are smart. You guys listen to me. Otherwise, hopefully you guys took that for a sell, not for a buy. Let me take the rest of my profits here, and then we'll continue on with our analysis. Nice, yeah. Rick's celebrating today, right? It's gotta be. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. Rick is having his makers in ginger ale right now, getting his week started. Now what time is it? 7:30. Okay, we still got 30 minutes till 8, so we'll see if we can catch something else. But here we go. So there's my first account, second account, third account. Nice. All right, so price made its way right back down. Here's the 10 minutes still running. It did exactly what I mentioned, right? So right here, you see my markup. What did it do? I marked this up way before it even happened. I marked it up from way down here. Said price tried to push up, hit the sessions, and come right back down. Did that exactly. It's all repetition, guys. I mean, if you guys watch the charts and look at the charts as much as I do, you guys know exactly where price can bounce. Key things to look for: sessions, news price, opening price. That's literally it. If you can keep your eyes on those spots, those are typically where price will likely bounce off, right? You know, if you go back to the previous candles over here, look where price bounced off. Sessions, right? It's a repeating process. So everything I marked up right here, you know, did exactly what we anticipated. So anyways, back to my profits here. Here's my main account. You can see this is my main account because it has all the green strips here. It all hit my TP. Total of 2,886 and 50 cents. Man, they could keep it 50%. I don't know why sometimes that happens. I know it's the fees, but it's always weird when it ends up, you know, ending in 50 here. Here's my copier. I locked in a total of 2,686 here as well. The profit off that trade right there was 790. So you guys can see the slippage here, right? I locked in 990 off this one, 790 off this one. It's okay, it happens. Here's my MFF copier, made 2,700 off this one. And then my second account right here, my MFF copier, the second one, locked in 2,600. Then here's my fifth account, locked in a total of 3,300. So pretty solid profits across all my accounts so far. This is just Monday. It's starting off the week pretty nice. Let me put something here. Nice partial profit off that 3-minute B3 scalp on the live. So this is why it's always key to look at different timeframes, right? I do trade off the 1 minute. However, I do look for entries off other timeframes because you can trade within those timeframes. Like if you have something running off the 5 minute, something running off the 10 minute, 3 minute, whatever, you can still enter trades off the one. It's just you're trading within the trade. So back to the 5, there's nothing here. Over here to the 3, you guys can see right here, there's a full TP off the V3. I'm gonna turn this off. Price is coming back up, looking to retest the sessions possibly. So keep an eye off on that. Here's the 1 minute. I'm going to mark up the liquidity here. Liquidity from a lot of directions over here. There's a lot of liquidity on the bottom. So I do think price will probably come and hit it at some point. I don't know when, but it's just going to be a matter of, a matter of time here. Let me refresh the screener. So as you can see, the stocks that we were looking for to turn green, they did turn green. It said Apple here is going to turn green. Microsoft is going to turn green. These are the big stocks. If these here start to turn green as well, you could expect price to make its way back up, right? At the moment, price is kind of just messing around, going back and forth. This 10 minute over here is a bit risky. As I mentioned before, it's risky because it's such a big move, right? Whenever you have an entry that runs more than 1,000 pips, you're kind of pushing it, especially during New York session, right? Because during New York, you have the initial push. Like we had the push here where we took a breakout. We had the push here was rode it back to open. And then at this point, price is kind of just going sideways. I think overall price will come down and hit TP, but it does become very risky at this point. This is why I don't take any 10-minute trades by itself. Like I don't just take it and leave it alone. I trade within it because instead of me making, so for this trade right here, I probably would have made close to like 13,000 if I was to hold this for the entire move on a 10 lot. But you know how risky that is to hold on to that? Because you could literally lose it. It's not guaranteed you're going to hit the TP. Instead of doing that, I just traded within it. And then I made about like close to 3,000 per account, right? Which is not bad. So I use a 10-minute as my confluence for almost everything. If I see any entries off the 10-minute, everything will probably be based off of this. So if I have this running, I'll probably look for a short-term move. Like if I have a 100 pip move on the 1 minute, that's fine. I'll take it. However, if it's like a big move, like 500 pips or so, then yeah, I for sure wouldn't take it because I don't think this is going to push, like way up there before coming down. So I do use a 10-minute as confluence for a majority of, the trades that we decide to take. See if there's anything else here. There's nothing else here. Let me check the other profits because I didn't even check over here real quick. So scrolling down real quick, Kenny here locked in a total of 501. Great work, Kenny. Dell over here locked in a total of 789. Nice work, Dell. Scotty over here locked in a total of 1,287. Great work, Scotty. Let his TP hit too. So nice work right there, Scotty. Nick over here locked in a total of, wow, 1,755. So you're coming right back. I think this is your funded account, right, Nick? Or this might be your personal account, actually. Not sure, but it's looking good. He said his slippage came through for him today. So it actually did. It didn't help him the first trade, but the second trade, he got like double his profit right there. Tiana over here as well, locked in a total of 3,162. Nice work, Tiana. Brock over here locked in a total of 2,005. Nice for Brock. Yeah, he FOMO'd up here, which is fine. He made it right back on these other trades. So big congrats to you, Brock. Nice recovery. Scrolling down further, Rick over here locked in a total of 7,377 passes FTMO, or not FTMO. This looks like, and this might be your TFF. Nice work, Rick. On a phase two, Kenny over here again locked in a total of 889. Nice work, Kenny. Patrick over here locked in a total of 6,000, basically 7,000 at this point. So 7,000 off all his trades here, all wins, no losses. Looks like he let most of these hit TP or stop loss and profit. Kip over here sent this. Thanks, Kip. Quarterly profits fall 12,000. Other big banks report first quarter decline last week. Yeah, crazy. First decline in a while. Brock over here locked in a total of 2,845. Nice work, Brock. He took those last trades with me as well. Here are my profits over here. Kenny again. Kenny's currently up 1,021. Great work, Kenny. Patrick over here locked in a total of nearly 8,000. Well, he locked in another one. So he took another trade here for a buy. He's pretty much writing it up, moved his stop loss and profit. Close to 8,000 for the day off just one account. So nice work, Patrick. Brock too, man. Brock's not stopping. Brock's locked in another 1,000 right here. So he's now up 3,046. So he hit his daily target. Brock aims to hit 3,000 profit a day. So great work right there, Brock. If you want to take the rest of the day off, feel free. Terrence over here, nice work, Terrence. Terrence is currently at 5,081 off his FTMO. Nice work, Terrence. Pretty much all wins here. You just had one loss here. I don't know if that was it. Looks like you might have had an accident, but it's all good. Everything else, all wins here. Your last trade right here was really nice. Good buy there. You locked in a total of 1,300. Caught that big push right here. You probably took it right after the news price, when price broke past news right here. Because it looks like you locked in 1,000. So yeah, you probably locked in a nice little move within there. So, all right, great work, guys. Great work across everybody over here in the entire group. Other than that, Kenny sent his profits already. I saw Tiana's profits earlier. Locked in 3,162. JJ over here locked in a total of 2,063. Nice work, JJ. Kenny, I saw your profits earlier, so you're good. Yeah, Kenny locked in 1,000 there. Zildjian over here locked in a total of 1,631. Nice work, Zildjian. Maddie over here locked in a total of 425 off his first account. And then he locked in 247 off his second account. Nice work, Maddie. Other than that, I'll message you in a little bit, Dave. All right, so I think that's it for right now. Other than that, let me just scroll this up a little bit. There's no entries available, so just keep that in mind, guys. I'm not ignoring the charts. I'm still looking at it. There's nothing here off the 1. There's nothing here off the 3. You can see prices bouncing off the session just like we marked up. So earlier I marked this up before price even got to this point. And I mentioned, you know, price is probably going to bounce off here, and that's exactly what it did. Bounce right off it. Here's the 5-minute, nothing off the 5. 10-minute is still kind of bouncing around the sessions right here. Wouldn't be surprised if it, you know, bounces off again. It's just a matter of waiting for price to get away from the sessions. Other than that, Kenny sent me some links here. So, all right, so I guess Biden is speaking right now. Or soon after his egg hunt's done. These bunnies look funny. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Chuck E. Cheese rat. It kind of looked like the Chuck E. Cheese rat over here. So I guess Biden's going to speak shortly. Other than that, let's see. Pelosi makes endorsement. All right, so Nancy Pelosi makes endorsement in Florida governor race against Ron DeSantis. All right, we're getting political here. All right, so that might affect the market. I don't know if it'll affect it in a good way or a bad way, but there's always these little things happening behind the scenes that will affect the market. Let me check the fundamentals real quick. Currently down 65 points. I mean, up 65 points. It's nothing really, nothing for us to really take to decipher from it. Looking over here at the heat map, a lot of things here are starting to turn bullish. You can see a lot of these are turning green. So price might keep pushing up, price might keep pushing, like half of it is green, half of it's red. So there's no clear direction with fundamentals. Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 52% short. So not really much of a push there either. Other than that, price isn't really doing much. You can see price is having trouble here getting past the sessions, which is no surprise. I already marked it up right there. So keep watching for it. But other than that, not really much for us to follow. Let me scroll up real quick, see what else I'm missing. Sorry, Mauricio. Mauricio said, what if you move stop loss with a trade? Sorry, Mauricio. Which one were you referring to? Were you referring to like the 10-minute? You can do that, yeah. If I think you're referring to the 10-minute trade. If you're taking something on the higher time frame and then you move your stop loss with the trade, that's fine. You can do that. I just wouldn't recommend holding on to it for the entire move, because if you hold on to it for the entire move, you might get caught in like some massive drawdown. Like for example, here on the 10, this is one that I would be very careful with, because you know you would have thrown away a lot of profit here if you didn't move your stop loss and profit. Like for example, if you held on to this, you would have made 1,000 pips in profit almost already, right? So I would move my stop loss and profit and then maybe pull out like at maybe 500 pips or so. But if you hold on to it for the full, this is a big move, right? 1,300 pips. This is a huge move. So I wouldn't hold on to it for the entire move, but partial move, I would move my stop loss and profit, pull out, and then maybe if it drops back down, then I'll re-enter on a different time frame. But it's just really up to preference. What I would recommend is to never get lazy though, right? I see a lot of people get lazy where they just want to take a trade and not monitor it. I would never recommend doing that on the higher time frames, because last thing you want to do is price go into profit 1,000 pips and then you don't look at it and then it ends up reversing and now you're in the negative, which you could have just pulled out in profit here and then make another re-entry at some point later in the future. So yeah, I would do that. Let's see. Alexander's asking, hey, Sean, do you know why MT4 FTMO demo shows? Yes. So there are two different brokers, Alexander. FTMO is, it uses its own broker data, while the price here on TradingView, we use currency.com. This is like the raw data. It's the futures data. So I like using this on TradingView. This is the most accurate from my perspective, from like, my years of trading. I find this to be most accurate. The pricing between each broker is always going to differ. If you're using Hugo's Way, or if you're using TD Ameritrade, or if you're using any broker, really, they're going to have a point difference. So that's why you're seeing the difference in points, because they're always going to have a difference there. It's never going to be the same, because each broker prices things differently. That's why sometimes people will do these things. It's like the shady strat. It's not even a strategy. It's like scamming, basically. People will go from different brokers to brokers, and then they'll see the difference between the broker, and then they'll do arbitrage. Like they'll take a trade on one, but then they'll know price is different on a different broker, because some brokers are faster than others, right? I find this broker to have like some of the fastest data, so it's always on point. So like, for example, you'll see, I think this is why this right here. So you kind of see my profits here are different on my other account, on my fifth account, because this uses IC markets, right? This is TFF. I think IC markets is delayed. I think they're late. So that's why we can get in earlier. That's why my profits are almost always bigger on here, because I'll take the trades over here and I'll lock in, 990, because FTMO it's pretty spot on. It's not as slow. And then you see my other ones here, this is usually pretty late. It locks it out at the proper pricing. So it's kind of delayed. So that's why like each broker is going to be a little different. Peter said, oh my God, look at Biden live, cringe. Let me see what the link's at. Oh, Peter's got a better link over here. Is this him holding the sign? Yeah, no, it's kind of funny. Why is he covering his face? Oh man, it's just funny, man. You guys always have like funny videos of Biden that come up. But yeah, and he's back to the charts, guys. Price is now above the sessions over here. Let me keep moving this a little higher. There's nothing else really going on here. Price kind of pushed up, but I can see price going back into the range over here. So it's still in a range. It's just in a big range. Price pushed down, pushed up. I wouldn't be surprised if price pushed right back down. No real difference there. Scrolling up real quick. Yeah, no problem, Alexander. Yeah, a lot of people, they get confused with that. That's why for me specifically, when I'm entering trades on MT4 or FTMO, I don't use any like pending orders, right? I just enter market, because if I enter market, like it'll still be at the same price, and then you're still following it on TradingView versus MT4. But yeah, each broker is going to have different pricing. Sorry, I kind of got mixed up with the other questions here that I kind of missed the other thing that you sent. Let me just see real quick what you sent me. Oh, gotcha. It was just screenshots. Okay. Yeah, pricing is going to be different. So don't ever use the numbers, right? So for example, if you're going to set a limit order on FTMO or a buy limit, like some type of pending order, don't ever use numbers on TradingView. This is what you could do. You could subtract the ask price from the ask price on FTMO, and then you can see the price difference. And then from there, you can put in the number, but I still would just do it manually, because you don't want to, especially for scalping, you don't want to put the wrong number in, and then you end up getting caught either pulling out too early or pulling out for a loss because of a slight miscalculation, because the numbers are always changing. They're not going to be fixed. sorry guys, they're going to be off by like maybe 5 to 10 points, just like you mentioned. Rick said, Brock, you want to go hang out? So I'm just reading your guys's side combos here. Oh, Peter knows who Ron DeSantis is. I have no idea who Ron DeSantis is. Yeah, no, exactly. Rick said, Brock, only trade with Sean. Brock said, exactly. I have messed 2 accounts alone. I've gained stability on live sessions. Yeah, no, definitely. Kenny said, what's sad is I make more here with K2 trading in a day than I do a week in my regular job. I know that's just more motivation for you, Kenny, to, stay consistent. Price is coming back down. Let's see, go back to the 10-minute. And you can see right here, price is not coming back down. I wouldn't be surprised if price comes down and hits TP, guys. Like, I've been telling you guys that my V3s here off the 10-minute, they've almost been hitting every single time. I haven't lost one trade off a 10-minute V3. I'm not in this trade right here because it's too big. But if this was like a 500 pip V3, then I would have taken it, and I'm pretty sure it would have hit TP. It's just going to take a long time because it's such a big move. It's kind of like the one that played out last week, right? There was one last week that was like 1,500 pips. It took a long time to hit, but it did hit, and it went straight to full TP. And I know one person took it, and they locked in like a ton of profit. So I'll keep watching it, but it's getting close to 8. It's 7:47 right now. Guys, just a reminder, today we're not going to be having the group mentoring session. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier this morning. We're going to be having it tomorrow. A lot of people asked if we can push it back a day because it's still a bank holiday for a lot of people in Europe. So a lot of our clients here or members that are located in Europe are still on vacation. So we're going to push it back one day, guys. Hopefully that doesn't, it's not an inconvenience to a lot of you guys, but we're just going to push it back to Tuesday at 2 p.m. So normally we have it on Monday at 2 p.m. Another reason people wanted it another day past is because we just had our last mentoring session on Friday. So a lot of people here don't have questions yet because we just had the mentoring session. So other than that, here, let's see what else we got over here. Brock said that's great advice that I can give anyone on K2. If you're not there yet, like me, trade with Sean as confluence. Yeah, no, exactly. And a lot of people use my analysis here as their confluence, right? I know there's a lot of people who are even on the YouTube, which is delayed. A lot of people aren't they're just listening to my analysis here and they're just taking trades off my analysis. So if you guys are on the YouTube and you guys aren't on the Zoom, I know it's delayed from like 30 seconds to a minute, but if that works for you, then it's fine. But if you guys are on the YouTube, just make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you guys don't miss these sessions. Because I see a lot of people message me like an hour later and they ask if I'm on live, and I'm like, yeah, we were on live an hour ago. But if you guys have notifications and are subscribed, YouTube will send you an email whenever I go live. So just FYI. Yeah, Maddie said probably going to fluctuate around sessions. Yeah, I could see that too, Maddie. Just going to keep bouncing around here and pretty much steal money from all the retail traders who don't. Because here's the thing, like we have the indicator here that identifies there's a sessions here. Most people don't have this, right? Because not everyone has K2. If you don't have K2, like the K2 indicators, this is what your chart looks like. So you have no idea that this is actually an area of manipulation right here. I created this indicator for that specific reason. So I'm like, all right, we're not going to get they're not going to play with us today because we know exactly where price is being manipulated right down this area. So, like I always tell you guys, the K2 indicators and the K2 strategies, they're not required for you guys to succeed in trading because you guys can succeed with whatever strategy you guys want to apply, but they make things a lot easier. Like, for example, if you didn't know that this was here, you probably would have lost a trade. But since you know it's here and you know to avoid trades around this area, you're not going to lose any trades because you're just being careful. So just, just be careful and be smart about your entries here. Jez said this is very true. A group support and trading is very important. Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm here to help you guys out as much as possible. Gotcha, Alexander. Yeah, I know. You want to make sure you have the most accurate data. So I would base all your trades off TradingView. Strictly, like directly off TradingView, or directly off currency.com. Make sure you're using the same data as us too, Alexander, because I know there's a couple other ones. If you type in US30, currency.com will be the first one, but you'll have capital.com. I don't never use this. I don't think this is good. I've never used Black Bull before. I've never used Global Prime. The only other one I've used was Awanda, which was okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Pepperstone used to be okay back like, I don't know, like 5 years ago. I didn't realize that they were even on here, but they are now. But yeah, Pepperstone, they were good like I think like 5 years ago, but they didn't accept US clients, so I couldn't even use them. But a lot of our members here that were in UK or Australia were using Pepperstone. So that might be a good one, but I think currency.com is the go-to for all of the data here. Yeah, no, exactly, Maddie. Yeah, Maddie said people think something else is going on in the market when really it's just the sessions. Yeah, because the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that like these previous high lows from different sessions are actually important, right? People just ignore them, but realistically, you guys can see where price bounces from the sessions right here. Sessions, a lot of consolidation around the sessions, but a lot of the bounces happen around those areas. Other than that, here we go. This price starts to come right back down on the 10-minute. No big surprise there. I was expecting that to come down because I do think it's going to come back and hit TP at some point. It's tempted to enter a speculative sell here at some point, but I don't really see anything else coming up. If I see something off the 1, maybe I'll take it. See how far price is from news over here. News price. It's about like 100 pips. No, it's too risky though. I'm too late. If I entered earlier, I would have been cool, but it's too late now. I'm not going to risk it. Yeah, it's probably going to come down and test the news price again, maybe break right through it. If I entered up here, then yeah, great. I'd push you for 100 pips, but it's just too late for me to enter at this point. I'm not going to FOMO into it, unfortunately. But as I mentioned, the 10-minute is a good confluence, right? We have a confluence here for an entry, or I mean, not an entry, but for it to be running. And it is pushing. But yeah, I'm not going to enter. It's too late. I'm not going to FOMO into this move here. Unless I see some sort of entry here. If I see like a V1, V2, V3, anything really, any type of entry here, then maybe I'll look for a possible move in. But there just isn't anything to take here. It's also getting close to 8. So it's 7:53 right now, my time, guys. It's 7 minutes from 8. Usually as time gets close to 8, it's usually a horrible time to start trading. So I just, or not start trading, but enter anything. So I'm just not going to mess with it. But there goes the 100 pips I was looking to get. I was trying to lock in another $1,000 right there, but it's all good. I'm happy with what I locked in for today. Let me scroll up real quick. Wesley over here locked in a total of close to 1,000 for the day. So nice work, Wesley. Pretty much for the most part, they're all wins. 3 wins right here. I was trying to see if he took buys here. So 3 buys over here. It looks like he took maybe the breakout and a couple of buys here as price pushed up, locked in close to 1,000 right there. So great work, Wesley. And there goes a full TP. If I took that 100 pips, it's all good. Missed out another $1,000, but I'm just glad to see that it played out. See Patrick over here. Okay, Sam locked in a total of 800 for a sell, 600 for a buy, 87 for a buy, 563 for a buy. So yeah, Sam's up well over 1,600 for the day. So nice work, Sam. Actually 2K, sorry, my math is off. He said amazing day today, over 2K. It was off by like 400, but nice work, Sam. Over 2K in profit for the day so far. Patrick over here as well. Patrick said he was done earlier, but you know, Patrick's never done. Locked in a total of 12,303 for the day. Amazing work, Patrick. I mean, you guys are killing it. So great work, everybody. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here doing really well, staying updated, and you know, pulling profits. I think this is key here. So what Patrick is doing here is he's moving a stop loss in profit. He let this one hit full TP, made 2,294. Everything else here moved to stop loss in profit, locked in well over 1,000 each trade. So great work right there, Patrick. And we got Kevin over here, one of our new members. Welcome to K2, Kevin. Kevin locked in a total of 1,003 for the day. Nice work, Kevin. Yeah, I said first day trading with K2. Thanks, definitely. So first day of many. So keep it up, Kevin. You got to keep pushing it. And if this is your goal for the day, I mean, that's great. You know, locking 1,000 a day, that's great. You'll just keep leveling up from there. So great work, Kevin. Great work, everybody. Let me see if there's anything else here. Rashida. Rashida, I think this was a mass message he sent to everyone in the free groups. Another member sent this to me too, but his sub wasn't up. So guys, just keep in mind, there's a scammer in the group, guys, that's scamming, obviously, right? My username says I will never message you first. So if I'm messaging you like, hey, your monthly membership is up, you got to renew with the K2 Zelle account. There's no such thing as a K2 Zelle account, guys. We have an actual website. Like, I'll never ask you guys for money through Zelle, through PayPal, through anything really. There's a website, guys. So there's no reason for me to ask you guys for cash to pay for your subscription, right? This person messaged Rashida here. Basically, you know, all this stuff over here. Like, I'm never going to ask you guys to send it to a Zelle. Also, this zip code right here is way off. I don't even know where the zip code is, 332. Just be careful, guys. My username literally says I'll never message you first, and I will never message you first. So the thing is, if this person messages you like, hey, you got to pay, that's definitely not me. So just keep that in mind, guys. I try to let you guys know every single time, you know, just go through the website. Never pay anybody Bitcoin, Zelle, PayPal, anything other than the website. Because when you go through the website, it's secured. Like, this website is secured here. So if anything goes wrong, you can get your money back, right? You don't want to Zelle anybody anything. You don't want to send PayPal or any of that stuff, because that's how scammers work, right? So yeah, thanks for letting us know though, Rashida. Can't let people, can't let members, can't let anyone else scam. So anyways, Rashida's profits for the day, she locked in a total of 3,061. Nice work, Rashida, right here. She let all these hit TP, so she had no stress right there. Just let them run a TP, pulled out on their own, locked in a total of 3,000 for the day. This last one right here looks like you pulled out early, which is fine, but it's good to see that you're letting, you know, your trade psychology play out. So great work right there, Rashida. Her second account over here locked in a total of 2,450. Nice work, Rashida. This is her copier, it looks like. Because it pretty much took the same trade she took on her main account right here. So great work, Rashida. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. I think that's it. And I'll give another update right here, guys, for this scammer warning that I've been trying to give. Here, I'm going to do it right now, actually. I don't want any of you guys to get scammed, guys. I hate seeing people get scammed. I mean, I try my best to warn you guys, but I don't know, some people just, they still get caught either way. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pin this up over here. Always go through the website, guys. All right, just wanna make sure everyone knows what to look out for. Okay, other than that, I think, let's see if there's anything else here for us to look at. Damn, if I took that sell right there, it would have pushed way down. Yeah, like way past it, but it's all good. Anyways, there's no entries here. There's V3 here running off the 1 minute. I would not take the trade there because it's right at the news price and the stop loss is too tight. So V3 off the 1 minute, I wouldn't take it because it's too tight. Nothing off the 3, nothing off the 5, and the 10 minute here is still running. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Professor said, for me, the K2 strategies and K2 indicators and Sean are invaluable. Yeah, no, definitely, Professor. And I'm glad to see that your consistency here is really paying off. Because I know when you first joined, you weren't very consistent, but you're definitely there now. Scroll down a little bit. Wesley said, hit my goal for the day. Need to jump off a bit early. Thanks, Sean. Have a great day, everyone. Definitely, Wesley. We'll see you tomorrow. Scroll down a little bit, make sure I'm not. Yeah, Maddie, Biden is speaking right now, I think. I don't know if he's saying anything important, but he is speaking. Nice, nice. Yeah, Patrick said using the 10-minute for direction and moving that stop loss like you advised. Yeah, great move right there, Patrick. So here's the thing, guys. One thing to keep in mind is that there's still a sell running here for the 10-minute. So what I would do is if you guys see any sell entries, I would take them for maybe a small move, like on the 1 minute, go for like 100 pips here and there. There goes the V3 here off the one and just hit TP. So if you guys caught it, great work. I didn't take it, so it's not going to be counted, obviously. But as you can see, I've been marking up a lot of entries here using all the different types of strategies off the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, and 10-minute, and they've all been hitting. So if you guys caught any of those trades, great work. I'm pretty happy with my profits for the day so far. Let me just give you guys a screenshot of where my accounts are sitting so far. Oops, wrong thing. So this is where my accounts are sitting for the week so far. This is just from today. So, just adding this up right here. 2886 plus 2686 plus 2700 plus 2600 plus 3300. This is how much I'm up just for this day so far and for the week overall. So as you guys can see, this is why I'm not really pressured to take any trades, because I already started off the week pretty nicely. It's just going to keep adding up from here. So it's already 8 o'clock, guys. So I think this is going to be it for the session. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any other questions here. Brock said I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have. I need to take care of this. So he locked in a total of 4,000. Unfortunately, he took a little, what'd you take? You took some wins over here, right? I think so, for the most part. I know you probably should have just, but yeah, Brock said I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have, but I need to take care of this. So it's just FOMOing the trades. Brock just FOMOed into a trade, which is all good. Still locked in profit, but definitely, you just got to be careful with the FOMO. Yeah, Sam said also, guys, if you guys have had previous convos with Real Sean, then you should see the convo. Yeah, so here's another thing too, guys. Kenny sent me that yesterday too. So the scammer message Kenny right here. See how there's no messages here? If you guys have ever messaged me, there would be a history here. Like you'd have messages with me here. So just keep that in mind. I'll never message you guys first. And just listen. If you guys read the message, his grammar is kind of off too. Like he says, simply provide a screenshot, bro, with capital bro. Like, come on, dude, why would I capitalize bro? His English is usually kind of off. I mean, we have a picture of him. Where's he at? This is a scammer over here. See if I could find this guy, or it's probably too late to. I know someone caught him before because the scammer was too stupid. He accepted a FaceTime from one of the members. I don't know if we still have it here. It was posted in the group like a long time ago. Let me see if I can find it. It's a funny picture of the guy. This guy here. So this guy's the guy that's scamming you guys. So don't let this guy scam you. He answered a FaceTime one time on accident, and they got his face. This guy's been going on and off. He's been saying the same messages over and over again, guys. Like, you just want to keep he changes his name sometimes, J-Star. And he's been saying the same thing. K2 fully digital, like, but his English is horrible. So like, just want to make sure, and I'm not making fun of the guy because English is horrible. I'm just saying that like, you guys got to read the message and you guys can see that his English isn't so good because you guys will tell it's definitely not me. You guys read the messages. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, guys, just just keep that in mind that that's the guy that's trying to scam people. Like he'll use my name, or the thing is he's copying like all of the other people too. It's not just me, K2. He's trying to scam other people that are in other groups as well. He just pretends to be someone. But you just need to just be careful. Yeah, Matthew said, didn't he get real aggressive with someone here? Yeah, I know he did, because someone like made fun of him and his mom or something. So like he got really upset. I mean, it happens, whatever. You know, people get scammers get emotional too when you talk about their personal stuff. But yeah, he did get really aggressive with like one person in the group because they just kept making fun of him. They told him to get like a real job and stuff like that, like get a real job. And they said that they were like sorry for his mom or something for raising him that way. And he got really upset, which, whatever. It's all good. What you guys should do is if he asks you for money, just request money from him. He might be dumb enough to pay you guys because it's not necessarily there 100%. But anyways, back to, I'm gonna do one more analysis, guys, and we'll call it a day. So Swelly over here wanted me to analyze this for the mid-market reversal. So let me check everything over here real quick, Swelly, see if I can identify where price might be going. I think price will be coming down specifically because the 10-minute is still running. This one over here. However, let me just analyze and see where price may be going because we do have a lot of liquidity sitting here on the bottom. Right here, right? So price initially pushed up, then price came back down, and then it's pushing up. So I do think price will probably come back down at some point right here to hit liquidity. So it might not happen right now. Just keep in mind mid-market reversal can happen anytime between like 9 and 10, something like that. Sometime between 9 and 10. So between this period here, price might just go sideways for a bit. And one thing to keep in mind too is that just because we have liquidity here, this doesn't mean it's going to hit all of liquidity, right? It might just hit some liquidity. So price might go sideways for a bit, then it might push down, hit some liquidity here, and then it could just bounce right back up. The problem with this here is that there's a lot of sessions right here, right? So we might get like a random spike, like price might spike down, hit liquidity, and then spike back up because I think the main problem here is these areas of these previous sessions right here. So we have the New York low here from Friday, the Asia high from yesterday. And this is where you might get some manipulation. Price will come down, it might spike a little bit and then come right back up. So just keep that in mind. Here, let's see. Alexander said, we don't take chart pattern into consideration. Just curious, looks like a head and shoulder. So yeah, I personally don't trade chart patterns. I feel like chart patterns are, are not very accurate. The thing is, you can kind of force yourself to see stuff, right? That's what I learned over the years. The thing with these chart patterns is you'll make a head and shoulders out of anything. I know I could see here too. I could see the head and shoulders building right here, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? I can see that happening right here, Alexander. But the problem is you can see a head and shoulders almost anywhere. Like I see people like you kind of like train your eye to see something, but you'll make it out of anything. Like for example, right here, someone would be like, oh, there's a head and shoulder here or something, or a head and shoulder here, right? So the problem with these head and shoulders is that you see them after they come up, right? Like I know what you're saying though. There's a head and shoulder right here. There's a shoulder. It's ugly ass head and shoulders, but it is. Right? So that's a head and shoulders right there. You could use it, but for me personally, from my experience, I feel like a lot of these patterns are like, they're really skewed. Because you're never going to find like a perfect head and shoulder, right? Or I mean, sometimes you will, but most of the time it'll be something messy like this. I personally don't trade patterns. If you're good at trading patterns, then use that as a confluence. But me personally, I just don't like using patterns at all. I like trading off momentum. So if I see momentum going in a certain direction, I'll train that way. But a lot of these strategies will line up with other strategies. So if you trade patterns, if we think price is going to go down and you have a pattern that says price is going to go down, price is probably going to go down. That's like a double confluence. Using your confluence plus the K2 confluence, plus if you're using something else like supply and demand, that's your third confluence, right? There's no right or wrong way to trade. You just got to trade the way that that fits you and your trading style. For me, it's momentum. For you, it might be patterns or momentum or both. Who knows? Yeah, the thing with patterns is that it's very confusing. You know, it's very subjective. There's no there's no rules. Like, you know, all of our strategies here are rule based. Like everything is rule based, right? It's like if this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, you'll take it. If you're trading a pattern, this might be a head and shoulders for us, but someone else might be like, oh no, but I looked on the 5 minute and there's definitely no head and shoulders there, right? So there's always going to be subjectivity trading those types of strategies. And that's what I don't like, because I want you guys to actually learn what I'm doing so that you guys can mimic it or mirror exactly what I'm doing so that we can all be successful at this. So other than that, I think that's it for now. Let's see, Talanji has one question. He's asking, do we have a confirmed CP stop loss for the V1? So I don't apply the V1. I don't apply the body strategy on the 3-minute or the 5-minute. But yeah, there's no confirmed TP stop loss. I mean, you can use a 1030, but I think the way that we've been looking at it, Talanji, let me see if I could find one here. Like this, for example, this is a double body. Sometimes it's going to be super wide. What you can do is you can put your stop loss at the swing, but you want it to be at least 300 pips. So like, say, for example, here, this is small, right? So it's not going to fit the requirement. You just put a 30-10 split there. But if you have a bigger one, let me see if I can find a bigger one here just to show you an example. No. Okay, so this is a double body right here, right? Let me just go back. This is just an example. So this is a strategy that Talanji was asking for on the 1 minute. For this one right here, I wouldn't use the 10-30 split. I would use the previous swing. So I'd put it down here at 880 pips because it's such a big move, right? You don't want your stop loss to be too close. So if you have a big candle like this and it's a double body, I would put it back to the low and just go for a 1-to-1. And then it works just as fine. So I mean, there's different ways of doing it, but that's kind of how I would see. Angela's asking, did you see my analysis earlier, Angela, or did you just join another room? Because I analyzed it earlier for the mid-market reversal. I think price is going to come down. I don't think it's going to go up. I think it's going to go down because there's liquidity sitting down here. Plus we have the 10-minute running. So I think for mid-market price will come down. But it might come back up later. So the thing is, I think it's gonna come down and hit this TP at some point. But then after it hits this TP, I mean, it could do whatever it wants, right? It could go right back up. The problem with this here is that there's sessions right here. So when price does come down, we might get like a spike down real quick, and then it'll just come spike right back up. It'll fake out, right? Yeah, no, you're fine, Angela. I was just wondering because if you just joined in, I was gonna like try to re-explain it, but yeah, for the mid-market reversal, I do think this is going to hit TP at some point. I don't know when, but it will hit TP. And then other than that, sorry, you guys are probably hear my dogs running down the stairs. Other than that, I don't really see anything else playing out. So we do have liquidity down here, but price might come back up. So come down, maybe hit this area of liquidity, and then come right back up. All right, so other than that, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, no problem, Angela. Kenny said, have you made a YouTube video on how to take trades on your MT4? No, I haven't. It's going to be a problem, Kenny, because as I mentioned before, I can't drag this over to my main screen. This is my main screen right here. I have a separate screen just for MT4. The problem with dragging it over is every time I drag it over, it corrupts my file because I'm on a Mac, I'm not on a computer. So I don't really want to do that because the last time I did that, I had to take a whole day off trading. So you can find videos on that easy on YouTube. Kenny, let me just show you real quick. I mean, you don't have to learn directly from me, right? You can just look anywhere for those. Let's see if I can find video for you guys here. And I just updated a lot of stuff here on the website, guys. So like the banner here is different. The pictures here for this stuff are different. I just made them like more modern because the stuff before was pretty old. But if you just go to YouTube and just search up how to enter trades in MT4, there's like a bunch of videos here, Kenny. So if you want to figure out, if you don't know how to enter trades on MT4, there's a ton of videos here to show you. So this could probably help you with that. Anyways, guys, I think that's it for today. A lot of people are trying to get off the live. So I'm going to wrap this up. Just a reminder, the mentoring session is going to be held tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. We're going to push it back one day for most of our members that are requesting it. Otherwise, have a great rest of your morning, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. But I think that's it for today. Hopefully, all you guys locked in some pretty solid profits. I'll see if there's anything else here that I missed. I think that's about it for now. But yeah, so I'll see you guys tomorrow morning and have a great rest of your day, guys. So if you guys have questions, reach out. Otherwise,